Hi friends, welcome to Ayishu's English Grove. If you're watching my video for the first time, please subscribe Ayishu's English Grove and click on the bell icon. I'm here to enrich you all with another video from Flamingo. In this video, we're going to pursue a poem, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, written by Adrienne Rich. About the poet. Adrienne Rich was born in Baltimore. She was an American poet, essayist, and feminist. She was known as one of the most widely read and influential poets of the second half of the 20th century and was credited with bringing the oppression of women to the forefront of poetic discourse. Her prose collections are widely acclaimed for their erudite, lucid, and poetic treatment of politics, feminism, history, racism, and many other topics. Let's move to the introduction. The poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers addresses the constraints of married life that a woman experiences. The protagonist of the poem, Aunt Jennifer, represents women all over the world, particularly the women in America during the 1950s. She represents the kind of women who were caught under the oppressive hand of a patriarchal society. The poet Adrienne Rich, through the simple lines of the poem, describes a woman's struggles with expression and rebellion. The 3 quatrains, 4-line stanza expose the desolating effects of patriarchy. Theme. The poem revolves around the desires and the depressingly harsh realities of Aunt Jennifer's existence, using sharp contrasts between the tigers and herself. The tigers appear to be in sharp contrast to her personality. The tiger's actions are smooth, uninhibited, and robust. Aunt Jennifer, on the other hand, has great trouble even to embroider because her movements are so weak. Aunt Jennifer is evidently a lonely, pained old woman plagued by anxiety. The reason for her miserable plight is the oppressive patriarchal family system, wherein the whole soul of the family is the male and it is he who dominates the scene. She creates an alternative world of freedom, a world that she longs for. Let's pursue the summary. In this feminist poem, which is critical of the male world, Aunt Jennifer creates an alternate world of freedom in her art. The tigers of Aunt Jennifer's stitchings are representative of her desire of a free spirit, emphasizing the fact that she pines for freedom from her burdensome husband. In the first stanza, the poet first introduces us to Aunt Jennifer's dreams. In the second stanza, we are introduced to the reality of Aunt Jennifer's world. The third stanza is a narrative of the future. Let's pursue the poem now. Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the man beneath the tree. They pace in sleek chivalric certainty. Explanation. The first stanza opens with Aunt Jennifer's visual tapestry of tigers who are fearless of their environment. Bright topaz denizens of a world of green evoke an image that these tigers are unafraid of other beings in the jungle. Here, bright signifies their powerful and radiant persona. There is a sense of certainty and confidence in the way these tigers move, as can be seen in the line, they pace in sleek chivalric certainty. Second stanza. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through the wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Explanation. In the second stanza, the reality of Aunt Jennifer is revealed as she is feeble, weak, and enslaved, very much the opposite of the tigers she was knitting. Her physical and mental trauma is depicted in the line, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. Even though a wedding ring doesn't weigh much, the massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand signifies the amount of dominance her husband has exercised over her. This also means that her inner free spirit has been jailed by the patriarchal society. Last stanza. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie still, ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. The last stanza starts on a creepy note about Aunt Jennifer's death. Even her death wouldn't free her from the ordeals she went through, which can be seen in When Aunt is Dead. Her terrified hands will lie still, ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. But her artwork, which was her escape route, or in a way, her inner sense of freedom, will stay forever proud and unafraid. Let's perceive the poetic devices of the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Irony. It is ironical that Aunt Jennifer's creations will continue to prance freely when she continues to be chained by the woes of life. Next we have alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the initial letter of several words marking the stressed syllable in a line of poem. Example: fingers fluttering, prancing proud, chivalric certainty, weight of uncle's wedding. Next we have metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech that makes a comparison between two unlike things. Example: ringed with ordeals, even death would not fall her. It is also a symbol of oppression. Next we have transferred epithet. Transferred epithet is a description that refers to a character or event but is used to describe a different situation or character. Example: terrified fingers. Next we have visual imagery. Example: bright topaz denizens, world of green. Next we have personification. Personification is the rhetorical device used to bestow human qualities on something that is not human. Example: they pace in sleek chivalric certainty. In this line, Adrienne Rich has given the tigers a chivalric characteristic through personification. As much as fairy tales and stories disagree, tigers in real life are not noble. They are wild animals. The next example: the tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Here, Adrienne Rich uses pride, a humanly attribute, to offer a way for the reader to really understand how important these tigers are and how they have the courage and pride that Aunt Jennifer never had. Next we have the rhyme scheme. The poem has a perfect rhyme scheme. Example: AA, BB, CC. This makes it lyrical in nature. Words at the end like screen, green, band, hand, lie by, etc. bring out a playful rhythm. Here we have the symbols. A number of symbols have been used by the poet to emphasize upon the chauvinism of men and the suppression of the women at their hands. Tiger. It is used as a symbol of fear and terror perpetrated on women by the male world. It is also used as a symbol of the freedom of spirit which the aunt dreams of but is unable to achieve. Bright topaz. This symbolizes the bright yellowish brown color of the tiger skin. Fluttering wool. This image highlights the extensive oppression of the women. Uncle's wedding band. This symbolizes the suppression of women in matrimony. It is also symbolic of the oppression of women by custom and law. Next we have ringed with ordeals. This is an image used by Adrienne to express the struggles of the spirit, racial and religious injustice and oppression that the woman suffers but never express or complain. Aunt Jennifer, a victim of male oppression who is dependent, frail, fearful and bound. Embroidery. This is a symbol of creative expression. On the whole, we feel that Aunt Jennifer's efforts to get rid of her fears proved futile. She embroiders tigers, a symbol of her desire of a free spirit. But her inner spirit has been jailed by the patriarchal society. The society did not show any concern for the aunt's suffering or even her death. Her loss of freedom was her own loss. Hope you all understood the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Thank you.